Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Al, and I'm here to share information so that we can grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually so that we can thrive in our relationships and within ourselves. And today I'm going to talk about something that can feel scary, but is absolutely essential for deep and meaningful connections, and that's emotional vulnerability. And most of us were never really taught how to be vulnerable. Usually, when we get into adult relationships, we go by what we've seen growing up. So, if you're someone who wants to stop hiding and start having more meaningful connections, then I want you to stay tuned because I'm going to share 10 tips with you on how to be more emotionally vulnerable. First, I want to start with what is emotional vulnerability. And emotional vulnerability is the willingness to show your real thoughts, emotions, and needs, even when there's a risk of being judged, hurt, or misunderstood. So it's saying, I need you, I feel afraid, or this hurt me, instead of bottling it up and pretending everything is fine. It's choosing truth over pride, courage over comfort, connection over control. And it doesn't mean that you're weak. It's you being authentic, showing your strength, and that can change the dynamics in your relationship. So I'm gonna jump right into tip number one, and that is to identify what you feel. So before you can be emotionally vulnerable with someone else, you need to know what you're feeling for yourself. So you want to practice checking in with yourself and ask yourself, how are you feeling? So some emotional words that you might be feeling are sad or anxious, excited, hurt, angry. You want to name your emotions, and that helps to build self-awareness and helps you to express yourself more clearly. And tip number two is to use I statements. So when you're sharing, you speak from your experience and you say things like, I feel upset when you yell at me, or I need more support. It helps to create a non-defensive space where the other person can hear you, and it shows maturity and responsibility for your own emotions. And tip number three would be admit when you don't know what to say. So it's okay to say, I don't know how to express this, but I want to try. That's you being vulnerable. And you don't have to have the perfect words. It's like just a willingness to be real and honest. And excuse me, tip number four is to share a fear or an insecurity. So you open up about something that you're afraid of, even something small. It helps to build trust. So you can try something like, I sometimes worry that I'm too much, or I struggle with trusting people because I've been hurt in the past. So it's letting someone see your um, emotional background. You know that you've also been through things emotionally as well, and that can help you become closer. And tip number five is be willing to ask for what you need. And sometimes this can be tough, especially if you're used to being independent and you might not be used to telling people what you need, or like saying that you need reassurance, or you like if they could listen without trying to fix it, because sometimes you just want to vent. You might not want a solution or an answer. So you want to be able to communicate that to people so they know that that's what you need at that time. And number six, it would be practice listening to other vulnerably. So vulnerability isn't just about expressing, it's also about receiving when someone shares with you. So you want to be present You don't want to rush to fix it, or you don't want to try to change the subject. You want to just be able to hold space for what they're saying, and give them your undivided attention. And the empathy helps to build mutual emotional safety. And tip number 7 is to let go of the need to be strong all the time. So if you've been taught to stay composed, be the fixer, never cry, you want to give yourself permission to release those beliefs, so that you're allowing yourself to feel what you're feeling. And you're allowed to fall apart sometimes. You're allowed to just, have a bad day or a bad moment, and it's okay. And tip number 8 is to be honest about past wounds without making them your identity. So you can share your history without making it your whole story. You can try to say, I've been hurt before, so I'm learning to trust again. This helps people understand your context and support your healing without you having to go into, the whole history of what happened. And tip number 9 is to notice when you're using humor or silence to avoid your feelings. So sometimes we deflect with jokes or shut down to avoid deeper emotions. And so the next time you feel the urge to run from the moment, you can try pausing and ask yourself, are you hiding? What would it look like if you stayed present? Like, what do you fear would happen, and is that true? And tip number 10 is to celebrate the small moments of courage. Vulnerability is a muscle. Like, you got to build it up. You got to build up the habit, the routine of doing it. So every time you say, I miss you, or that hurt my feelings, like, you're building up that vulnerable muscle. And acknowledge yourself. Every small opening leads to a deeper connection. So emotional vulnerability isn't about being emotional all the time. It's about being authentic in your emotional truth. So when you allow yourself to be seen, you give others permission to do the same. And that's how real love, real friendships, and real trust gets built. So I hope that this video helps someone today. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more tools on emotional growth, and leave a comment in the comment section and let me know which of these tips are you going to work on right now, or which ones do you already